The Dutch women's cricket team made history this year by qualifying for the T20 World Cup for the very first time. The T20 World Cup will be held in England and Wales in the month of June 2026. Babette de Leede, who led the team through this qualification campaign successfully, is here with us today. Congratulations, Babette, for the breakthrough achievement.
Thank you, thank you.
So, to give you a context, Netherlands is an associate cricketing nation. The journey of an associate cricketing nation is significantly different than that of full member nations like India, England, or Australia when it comes to securing a spot at the World Cup. Babette, can you shed some light on the steps that the Dutch team had to navigate through in order to reach and secure a spot at the World Cup?
Yeah, it was quite a journey. We started last year actually at VOC in the Netherlands. We played a European qualifier with Ireland, Italy and Germany. The top two qualified then for the global qualifier. So that was in Nepal earlier this year. And then from the 10 teams in the global qualifier, only 4 teams qualified for the actual World Cup. And we were very happy to be one of them. But it all started with like the aim 2 years ago at the previous World Cup qualifier,
Yes.
where we didn't do that well. We said, okay, we want to really qualify next time, make it to the World Cup, and we're going to work really hard to get there. And yeah, we did succeed.
And you did a tremendous comeback after that. So keeping in mind the journey, I'm sure that there were some tense situations, some really close matches. Can you share with us some of the most intense moments during this qualification campaign?
Yeah, in the World Cup qualifier in Nepal, we played 4 group games, and all of them were very close. Like they could have gone either way, but we won all 4 eventually. But the weirdest or the most special memories for me were definitely playing Nepal in Nepal. Yes. The big crowds, very loud crowds cheering for Nepal. At one point, Nepal was chasing, and we couldn't even hear ourselves in the field anymore because the crowd was too loud. But yeah, we managed to win that game by just a few runs. And I think what stood out for me, every game someone else stood up. So through the whole tournament, we've had different players do really well and perform. And that for me, especially as a captain, is great to see.
Absolutely. In the qualification rounds that you went through at the global qualifiers, I'm sure there were really, like you said, very high pressure situations where you had to, as a captain, had to keep the team calm and focused. There were really some close matches that you played. We also have tremendous examples of stunner performances by players like Isabel Woning and Faber, for example. Of course, you as a captain contributed a lot along with Stera. So can you share with us, how did you make sure that the team stays calm and focused and delivers in those close matches?
I think it all comes down to our goal as a team. We really wanted to qualify. We worked together very hard. So then, we were all on the same page. We all trained in the Netherlands, and then in Nepal we played, I think, really as a team, like united. And that for me was great to see also, because then I can count on everyone. Like it's not one person stepping up the whole time. For example, Heather Siegers bowled the last over of 2 very tight games.
Yes.
And she did it so well, but I think everyone else would have done it well as well. Like I think we all believe in each other and we all trust each other's skills, which is a great place to be in.
Definitely. We all saw the team effort going through the process of securing the qualification for the World Cup. There have, as you said, there were tense situations. When everything became real, the moment when you realized that, okay, now you have secured the spot at the World Cup, how was the atmosphere in the dressing room at that time?
It was crazy. The situation was a bit odd because we were playing USA, we were chasing their total, and it started raining. So we had to come off and we had to wait until we came back home, which never happened. So the umpire told us, you know, the game is done. We were ahead on Duckworth Lewis, so the game is finished.
Yes.
And I didn't know whether I should have been like, yay, or like, well played, or that. It was very awkward. But then, yeah, I turned around to my team and they were just so happy. We were over the moon. And because it had rained, the covers were full of water. So we just slide onto the covers, and yeah, it was crazy. And also so unreal. Like, we've worked so hard for it. Now we reached this goal. Yeah, it was unbelievable.
When we saw the videos shared by ICC and also by KNCB of all of you girls elated and joyous and celebrating the moment, we could see all the emotions coming through. I mean, Netherlands dominated in the group stage in the qualifiers, and having the result through DLS was just one part of cricket. You know, you cannot help what the weather has for us that day, but you definitely gave a very strong performance and you deserved the spot that you got through the qualifiers.
Yeah, I also believe so, yeah.
So now at this juncture, I would like to bring the focus a little bit for a moment on you. How did your cricketing journey start? Where did it all begin? What has it taken for you to reach at this level?
I grew up in a cricket family, so basically when I could walk, I got a cricket bat in my hands in the house. I was playing with a tennis ball. Then I started playing here at VCC with the boys, and I still play with the men here at VCC. I made my debut for the national team when I was 14 years old. I was very young. I was playing as a keeper. But when it really started, when I really started to enjoy cricket, was in 2018, when the ICC named an ICC development squad. So we played a global qualifier here in the Netherlands, and then they picked like the best 14 players of the whole tournament, and we played in England in the Super League there.
Okay.
So that was the first time I played against big names, professional cricketers, and I thought, oh, you know, I'm not that bad. Actually, I can compete with the players. So then it was also the year I started studying, so I gave up hockey because I used to play hockey as well, and I focused on cricket and on my study, of course, but yeah, and then I think every year I improved, and I really enjoyed playing for the Netherlands. I've always enjoyed that. It brought me to amazing places in the world as well. And then, yeah, when I moved to South Africa just for a gap year initially, they offered me a full-time contract. So now I'm really living the dream, playing cricket full-time.
Yes, definitely. I mean, not every player, I would say, in Netherlands is as lucky as Babette to have a full-time contract and play cricket professionally. Cricket is still an emerging sport in Netherlands, which means being a high-performance athlete brings with it its unique challenges, isn't it? So, like you said, you definitely had a phase where you were balancing a lot of things together, fulfilling the demands of being an international cricketer, as well as pursuing your studies, your career. How did you find that balance? Or you can also speak for other girls in the team. You know, we have some medical doctors in the team, Caroline DeLang. We have a forensic psychologist, Iris Wheeling. And we also have a dentist. Babette here herself has pursued masters in econometrics from a reputed university in Netherlands. So how do you girls manage balancing both the things?
It's not easy, I'm not gonna lie. It's very tough. It all comes down to planning, I think, and making a lot of sacrifices. There's only 24 hours in a day, and I think, yeah, I'm really proud of the girls, of all the sacrifices we've made the past few years. But it's not easy at all. Like, I remember in my first year of studying, I wanted to play cricket, I had to go to lectures. I also wanted to explore the student life a little bit. It was just too much. I ended up having a burnout for like 1 or 2 months where I couldn't do anything. But that's how you learn, I guess, the hard way. But I think, yeah, it's very tough. You need to plan properly. And also, yeah, there are a lot of sacrifices we'll have to make in terms of, you know, going out with friends or playing other sports or yeah, so it is tough. But I think because we were all in the same kind of situation, it also we could help each other and we could talk about it to each other. And yeah, like still there are people with other professional jobs. And I think they manage it very well, and yeah, I'm very impressed.
That's great. It's really commendable how you are managing both the worlds and balancing both the worlds. I would like to ask you, have there been any moments where you had to take tough choices? You had to make tough choices between cricket and your other commitments. Like you said, it has not been easy.
I think for me personally, I moved to the other side of the world to pursue a full-time cricketing career, leaving my family and friends behind, also leaving the team behind for most of the year, um, to live the dream of being a full-time cricketer. It's not always easy, but I do really enjoy living that life. I think for others, it's more giving up time with friends. For example, if they have a 9 to 5 job, come home and try to go to training, there's no time to see friends or. So I think, yeah, that's why I think as a team we're so close, because we spend a lot of time together and we all know what we're going through. Because I find when I was studying, the people I studied with couldn't relate at all to the decisions I made, because they, especially in my study, they're very clever and all they do is study the whole day, and then they couldn't understand why I trained so much and I passed with maybe 70%, 60%, whereas they were like, why are you not studying more so you can get 80, 90%? I'm like, I'm not like that, and it was very hard for me to level with them.
Yes.
Because they were so different and had different priorities. But yeah, I'm really happy that with every choice I've made in my life, and I'm very happy to be here representing the Netherlands going to a World Cup.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, now, like you said, it is a team effort. There are a lot of factors that contribute towards such breakthrough successes. How did KNCB, the Dutch Cricket Board, facilitate you, enable you to reach to this stage? How did the support staff contribute? And what has been different than the previous years? How has it been changing?
Yeah, as I said, I made my debut when I was 14 years old.
Yeah.
That was 12 years ago, and a lot has changed since that. So when I started, we had to pay to go on cricket tours. We didn't get any like travel allowance, or we basically had to pay to go to training, pay to play for the Netherlands. And a lot changed. I think maybe 5 years ago, we got our first full-time head coach. So we were able to train more like whenever we had time. So if you didn't have study on a particular day, then you could train with the head coach. Whereas before, the head coach was part-time. We had to train in the evening, maybe once or twice a week. So that changed. And also the facilities, I think, here at VCC are amazing, and KNCB puts a lot of effort in, getting the best facilities for us, gyms, turf wickets, because it was until this year, actually, we hardly ever trained on turf. So yeah, a lot has changed in a positive way. We're still not even close to what teams like Australia, India, South Africa, England have in terms of coaches, facilities. But I think, yeah, we are on a good way up.
Very good. I mean, in the World Cup, you will be set up against these big names that you said, with players who have had access to much better facilities than you and who have trained in a different way. How are you gearing up? How is the team gearing up for the step up in the competition? Are you working more on the mental aspect as well? How is it going for you?
Well, as an econometrician, I love data analysis. So of course, now with all these teams, there's a lot of footage available, a lot of data, a lot of videos. So I like to watch the players, study the players, see where they score their runs, how they would bowl, and what they do with the ball. And so I think for us, it's an advantage as a small cricketing country. I don't think there's any footage on us. So, yeah, good luck to them preparing.
That's a good way of putting it, actually. That's a very good way of putting it.
And other than that, yeah, we've been training very hard, like almost every day. And we also, yeah, we all know the conditions in England quite well because they're similar to what we face here. We've had a sport psychologist come in and out, do sessions with the team because it's our first World Cup. It's gonna be overwhelming. We'll have a big orange crowd, hopefully. So yeah, all those things we try to prepare for as best as we can.
Great, great. I mean, you will see a lot of our faces in the stands wearing orange, cheering for you. We all are going to be there backing you up in your journey through the World Cup. As you said, the cricket ecosystem or the cricket in Netherlands is changing over the years, and it is going in a positive direction. With the background of the T20 World Cup qualification of your team, how do you think it is going to change women's cricket in the coming years? How is it going to impact?
I really, really hope we will inspire a lot of young cricketers, especially girls in the Netherlands. I hope they see us and think, oh, we want to be the next generation. Because I think in cricket there are so many opportunities in the Netherlands, especially because cricket is so small. So it's not, like hockey where it's super difficult to make the national team. There's not enough
competition.
Yeah, it's not a big group of players we can choose from. Like maybe we can choose from maybe 17, 18 players, which is also very different to the bigger cricketing countries. So I really hope we can inspire young girls, and also, hope to make everyone proud at the World Cup.
Absolutely. That's actually very interesting about Netherlands. It gives us a perspective. Netherlands, with a population of around 18 million. In cricket, there is a pool of around maximum 150 girls playing actively cricket in Netherlands currently. And out of this small pool, these 15 girls coming out of that and giving such brilliant performances at the world stage, we can see the potential that Netherlands has for producing really good cricketers in the coming years, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's very exciting. I think across the country, we are quite good at sports. So especially female athletes, I think, stand out worldwide in Olympics or in hockey, wherever. So I really hope the same can happen with cricket.
That's great. Now, if there is a message that you would like to give, you being a role model for so many young girls now picking up cricket in Netherlands or pursuing their dream in cricket in Netherlands, is there a message that you would like to give to our young cricketers?
Yeah, I think enjoy the game, first of all. It's very important to just have fun. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. But also, if you want to get to the top, it does mean that you have to work hard, which is not a negative thing. It is really exciting. But yeah, I really think if you are inspiring to play cricket at the highest level, then I think cricket in the Netherlands is a massive opportunity to reach the global stage, to play at World Cups, to travel the world. So yeah, I really hope the future is bright.
Definitely, definitely. So with this, I really give you, firstly, thank you for making time and giving us and sharing us your story and sharing your insights with us. And all the best for the World Cup. We will be there to cheer you up. As I said, in the stands, you'll see a lot of orange color. So all the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.